I'm Mia, and this is my 8th Halloween look of the month. But yeah, 8th one, which means this is my second to last look. I'm just doing eyeshadow today. I'm gonna be so honest here. I'm so tired of doing graphic liner, and I haven't done like a proper eyeshadow besides my chaperone one. So, but I want to keep it Halloween color story. So my plan is do purple, blend it out with some orange and yellow, and do like an iridescent green for inner corner and brow bone highlight. But yeah, this is also my second time attempting this look because I just started it at the wrong time and got interrupted, so alas. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, but first I'm going to start with the Colourpop Cosmetics Matte About Hue palette. I'm going to be honest, this brush is still dirty from the last time I used it, which is when I was trying to do this. But c'est la vie. I'm going to take a little mix of Lotta Gelato and then the tiniest bit of screwdriver. Because obviously while I still want orange, I don't want it to be too... I can't explain it. But, and I'm just going to start to kind of like pat that in just a little. But no, it's finally my day off. Thank God. Did our normal stuff, went to Trader Joe's, went to H Mart. I got some Kimbap at H Mart, so it's been so long that we went to the Quincy one. So we're like, oh my god, we're gonna go there. And in the food court, there's a place that does fresh kimbap. So I got a nice bulgogi beef one, because I love bulgogi beef. You can't stop me from loving it. I'm also gonna bring it under the eye, because I do have some concealer down there, so it's fine, everything's fine. Ooh, and it's not very exciting, but I did get a steak and cheese last night. It was like halfway between a steak and cheese and a steak bomb, because there's onions and mushrooms on it, but no like peppers and no additional meats. And I know that's not very exciting news, but my body generally can't handle beef much these days, so it's a success story because I didn't feel gross afterwards, and that's mostly what matters here. I'm always fine with bulgogi. It's just something, there's no specific, like, sometimes it's ground beef, sometimes it's shaved beef, sometimes it's just, you know, like steaks. But something about bulgogi I'm always fine with, because there's a food truck that does bulgogi rice bowls, and I always get a beef bulgogi one, because it's fantastic. And there's also only 4 options for protein, so I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm just kind of going back over with the same mix of colors. There we go. And then on a little brush, I'm gonna take mostly Elephant, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out the edges. But no, I worked yesterday. It actually wasn't that bad. It's funny because my brother's like, oh my god, you have to work this specific event. It's always so bad, blah blah blah. It was fine. Like, we got a little busy in certain times of the day, but like, it wasn't anything wild. I made 15 bucks in cash tips, and I want to say our final numbers, card tip wise, was $190. So $95 in tips, card tips, on top of a 9-hour day. So I'm gonna have a nice little paycheck. But oh my god, the people were so stupid. I had a lady look at the menu, like, she stopped and read it for like 5 minutes, and then she looked at me with full earnest in her eyes. She went, so what's the difference between the top 3? I'm like the toppings, because they're all beef burgers. So, you know, the base is the same, buns are the same for everything, unless you get a gluten-free roll. So, you know, like most things, the difference is toppings. And she just gave me a deadpan look until I explained everything to her. And I'm like, lady, she got a burger, you know, I didn't tell her the names of anything, and she was still able to tell me the name of what she wanted. I'm like, oh. I'm like, so you can read. She was by herself, at least from what I know. But she got a burger, and she came back in line after an hour with a slice of pizza and ordered another burger. I'm like, again, didn't have me explain anything. And best part is, it wasn't one of the burgers I explained to her earlier. So I'm like, lady. She's, ooh. And, you know, I remembered her name because when she left and after getting her food, we were all like, what just happened? So, you know, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, your name's blah, blah, so blah. She's like, oh my god, you remembered. She's like, yeah, that's so good. I'm like, no, it's because you suck, and I'm gonna tell everyone about this and be like, girl. Someone also asked me for clam chowder. Like, she read the entire menu, studied it, then looked at me, she's like, so I'm guessing you don't have any, like, clam chowder soup here? I'm like, girl. And then I'm gonna go in with the Simply Posh Cosmetics Genuine Gems palette. And I'm gonna take a little mix of tourmaline, and then the tiniest bit of amethyst, like the tiniest bit. Like, I don't want it cool toned, but I just want it a little deeper. And now I'm also working the truck after my shift at my, you know, real job on Saturday, because they have like a little Halloween party thing, and they're in the midst of like staging possible employees, so they're like, we're not gonna make one of them do a double or try to figure that out, blah blah. So that is gonna be my problem. So yay me. Also, I'm gonna try to mostly pack and flick this out a little. I'm gonna go back in and blend, but I'm gonna blend it out with a smaller brush with the original orange shade, just because this one won't be ideal. But I'm just gonna pack it onto the lid, and then I'll go in with a smaller brush to do the lash line. But yeah, it was just like yesterday, and because it wasn't as busy as any of us expected it was going to be, it was such a long day. Like, it was a 6-hour shift, and most of my shifts are longer than that at, you know, my full-time job. Well, 6 hours vending, not including getting to the commissary, loading up the truck, getting back, unloading, sweeping, cleaning, all that nonsense. Like, the physical shift at the place we were at was 6 hours, and it was just so long. And again, the shift ended up being 9 hours total, and I work 9-hour shifts basically every day at my, so I'm like, I know it's not just, it was just so long yesterday. We're like, this is so weird. But I did meet a little golden retriever. It's so funny because I thought he was a puppy because he's like so energetic and like everywhere, and like he was old. He had a very white face. His name was Goose. He was a very sweet man. I love him. And then I'm going to go back to the Colourpop palette with a little bit of Pow, because that's the lighter orange, so that way I can blend it up into the original elephant shade and not like mess anything up. But I'm just going to use this to like blend the edges of this, because I don't want it to look just like stamped on, obviously. So I just need to blend this out the tiniest bit, and hopefully we'll be okay. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I can't afford to, time-wise, I can't afford this. Because, it's funny, my mother was saying, she's like, oh, you know, I approved the Saturday into Sunday thing. She's like, I'm going to take you off of the Sunday shift, though. I'm like, I didn't apply for the Sunday shift. I'm like, girl. I'm like, do you think I'm stupid enough to go, yeah, I'm gonna work 10 to 6 and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then whatchamacallit, 10, like 9, I want to say it has to be like 9 to 2, because if it's 10 on there, I don't know. And then go and do a 9 to 7 shift, and then have Monday as my only day off, and go do a focus group on Tuesday. speaking of, I'm doing a focus group on Tuesday the 28th. Actually, I think it's gonna be the day that this is posted. So, I'm like, I wasn't on there. I'm like, I'm not stupid enough to do that. She looked at it, she's like, oh, she's like, it set itself up weird, so stay lovey. And I'm just gonna go back in with some of that Tourmaline shade and try to lightly blend out the edges of this. But no, I am doing a focus group on the 28th. I signed up for it because it's like, oh, you know, this county, blah, 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 $300, and I went, say less. And he called me, well, thankfully he called me, like, in the midst of as I was opening, so I was by myself at the store. He's like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's this, instead of everything. He's like, can you take Tuesdays off? I'm like, I already have Tuesdays off usually, which is why I agreed to this. He's like, oh my god, that's so smart. I'm like, yeah, girl, I know. And I have no idea what this is just a clean brush, I'm just blending. I have no idea what the actual focus group is. I just know that's a mock trial. And he's like, you haven't been part of jury duty recently, have you? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I did in January of 2023, so I'm good until the end of January 2023, because it was January 31st. And it has to be 3 years between summons. The day that he called, the moment I got home, went through the mail, they went, trial jury summons for Mia, blah, blah, blah. And I went, like, this is a low mean. So I rescheduled it because they originally had me for Friday. I'm like, I don't know who my manager's going to be come January. And I don't want to try to get that whole thing taken care of. So I'll just do it on a day I have off. And I was able to get out early last time, so I'm going to try to do it again. And then I'm just taking a little flat brush with Tourmaline. But no, last time, you know, they're like, oh my god, hey, they're like, this is actually a medical malpractice suit against this specific hospital. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, we vent at that hospital. So technically they pay my bills. And literally it was like a month after my father got knee surgery. They're like, oh, this medical malpractice suit for a laparoscopic procedure. I'm like, oh my god, my father just had a laparoscopic procedure. And it wasn't me lying, it was literally just happened. So, you know, they let me go early. And as I told my mother, I'm like, I will say just about anything, even if it's lies, to get out of jury duty. So, like, I'm not wasting the entirety of a day off there. And yes, I know, I could just do it at work, do it on a day that I have work, but again, I don't know who my manager is going to be. I don't know the process, because work has to pay you, in the state of Massachusetts for jury duty. Oh, this is just a mix of POW and Elephant to blend out. So I don't want to try to, I don't know if that's a manager thing, I don't know if I'm going to have to reach out to like payroll or something, but it's not going to be a thing. It's just not, this is not what I want out of life, so I'll just do it on a day I have off, blah, 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 blah. Which, whatever. And then I'm going back with just some of Elephant. But you know what's really funny? Is when I did my original jury duty, it was January 31st, 2023. The date they sent me originally before I changed it was January 23rd, 2026. I would like it to be known that is not 3 years. It is, oh, what was it? 1,075 days, I think it was. 3 years is 1,088 days. So they screwed me out of a whole week. So I rescheduled mostly to, no. So it was, 3 years is 1,095 days. Minus 7 is 1,088. So I'm like, you're screwing me out of a week. So that's kind of why I rescheduled. Also, again, besides the fact that they put me on a Friday, and I'm like, I'm not going to try to figure that out. I'll just do it for a day that I normally have off anyways, and I'll just suffer. Which is also funny, because when they have me summoned is when my father will have major abdominal surgery, so I'm like, I could say that too, be like, oh my god, I'm expected to help him, you know, heal and do-do-do, can't, no one else, blah blah blah. I don't how to play my cards. It's the Italian in me. And I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of fun, and ta-da, and just kind of like line. Because like, I don't want to do black liner, but I just want to darken it up a little around the edges. Just to get a little, because I feel like we're bordering on sunset territory right now, and that's not what I want out of life, obviously. But again, I just don't want to, I'm just so tired of like doing actual like Halloween looks. So, Halloween color scheme will work. And again, the plan that I have for tomorrow is like my best one. So I want to save it for the last video. Maybe I'll try to do it tonight. Or maybe what I'll do tonight is I'll do just like a general, oh my god, first non-Halloween look. And just let myself be free. Be free from this hell I dug myself into, but whatever. I was about to say that's it for the eyes. No, I still have shimmer. But also the the mock jury is 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., which is a little gross. But they're giving me breakfast, lunch, and a $300 check. So, you know. And it's only a train ride away. Literally, I get off at Aquarium. So, shout out me. Alright, and then this is from Clionadh Cosmetics. This is the Series 1 Iridescent Multichrome in the shade Candela. It's just a little iridescent green, which is in fact what I wanted. Because again, when you think Halloween colors, you think, oh, like purple, orange, and green. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up here on the brow bone. And I feel like I should have gone in with a bigger brush, but I panicked a little. I'm not gonna lie here. So, I'm gonna bring this and just layer a little more. Looks kind of yellowy, but let's say lovey. And then I'm also gonna put a little right in the inner corner. Still doesn't look green. This is so weird. But I don't have like any good green like shimmers. And I don't want it to be too overpowering green wise. So I guess this will have to work. Jesus Christ. I haven't done an inner corner shimmer like this in ages, so I feel like I just look, I'm bringing 2016 back. Not that I specifically ever left in terms of how I do my makeup, but still. I saw somebody say that, because I think Kylie Jenner re-released, or released a bunch of stuff for the brand's anniversary, like birthday. So, you know, she did 2015, 2016 makeup styled things. But I'm like, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's so back. I'm like, girl, some of us haven't left. Like, look closer. It's not, like, it's a little green in person. It's not picking up that well on camera, but say lovey. And I need to go put on some lashes, but I will be back in a second. Alright, hello, I'm back with some lashes on. I did procrastinate a little, and I should really be thinking about dinner. But say lovey. So this is from Glow Recipe. These are the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I know, I missed like half of my face when doing that. It's fine, everything's fine. But it's been a week and I'm just so tired. But like I said, if I do my makeup tomorrow, that's my last Halloween look. And I really want to do my makeup tomorrow, or even tonight, and just get another head start. But I'm so tired of it. But like I said, the idea that I have for my last look is like my favorite idea, but since it's my favorite idea, I wanted to keep it towards the end as a little celebration. Oh, thank God, you know? But rub this in, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the NYX Professional Makeup, the Face Glue Grip and Primer. It's so funny because I don't generally like grip and primers, but this isn't, it's not gripping in the way that like the Milk Hydro Grip is, or even the e.l.f. powder grip, whatever the rip-off of the Milk one is. Oh my god, the e.l.f. Oh my god, the e.l.f. one is literally my... Sorry, I have a weird bump on my face. Literally my least favorite primer ever. Like, I never really liked the Milk Hydro Grip, but at least I could work with that one. The e.l.f. one, oh my god, I was so flaky, and nothing was sticking, and it was just not, it was not a good time. It was just not, it was not. Oh, and I did order a pair of New Balances. Ow, I just hit myself in the chin. Because, again, I'm trying to wear more, like, earth tones, and I have, like, a few cream tops that I have for, like, winter now, so I'll say I want, like, a lighter shoe. But I was saying to my brother, because not that he's a shoe person, but he's more of a shoe person than I am. He's like, oh, that's not what you're gonna want, it's not cushioned enough, they're like a skate shoe, so it's, like, flat. I'm like, flat is fine, but, like, I'm like, I need a cushion. I need to not hurt after work, basically. He's like, yeah, well, they're flat, and you shouldn't be flat, because he's like, you have higher arches. I'm like, yeah, but, like, I have higher arches, like, above my foot, not, like, on the sole of my foot. I just have high feet. I know that's a weird way to describe it, but, like, that's the only way I can describe it. But I'm gonna try them on, see what happens. I think they're supposed to be here tomorrow. I only say that so confidently because I just got a notification. Yep, they have my package all the way out in, Chelmsford. So yeah, my shoes are really gonna be here tomorrow. But that means I can't really return them until the 2nd. It's the 20th right now. I mean, I can go. There's a New Balance on Newberry Street, so do it after my nails, but my next nail appointment isn't until the 2nd because it's post-Halloween. Either way, Haus Labs Foundation, Trichlone Skin Tech Foundation, 70 Fair Neutral. But I just really hope that they fit, because, like, my main issue is that I need wide fit shoes. Like, it's just not a good time otherwise, but there are so few places. Like, I thought New Balance was going to be fine because it's both men's and women's sizing, and men's shoes are usually a little more wider than women's are to begin with. So I was hoping, but my brother's like, he's like, it might not. I'm like, oh, this is not. I'm like, obviously, this is not what I want out of life. But like I said, obviously I will try them on and do like a little walk around, because I was saying that I'm like, I don't like sole inserts. I had a pair because I'm like, oh, I'll put them in my shoes for when I'm, in New York, because walking around a lot, blah, blah, blah. But I just feel like I'm on top of my shoes, not in them, and they just feel weird, and then they don't fit. My shoes feel like they don't fit right. I'm like, this is just not ideal. So I don't like the idea of, like, insoles. But like I said, we'll see what happens. I did also place another Old Navy order. Everything was 50% off. And I've been wearing this one specific pair of pants from them a lot lately. So I want to make sure that I have an extra pair in case I rub out the thighs over the winter. Because that's usually what happens with most of my clothing, is that the inner thigh rubs out, and I'm like, rude. But this is from Win Beauty by Serena Williams. This stuff, I regret not getting the stuff sooner, but because I don't think this business is going to exist, or at least at Ulta. But, like, stuff is really good. This is the Soft Matte Creamy Concealer in the shade Extend 45. If only the write-in wasn't so tiny, because I cannot see. I was squinting for my life. But back to my matte concealer glowy base. I do love me one of those. Ooh, and I didn't finish my episode of I watched Great British Bake Off. I didn't finish the they had like a celebrity Halloween, Great American Baking Show Celebrity Halloween Edition. It's a lot of words, I know. I didn't finish the episode last night because I passed out. So, I can finish that tonight. I don't have any baked goods though, which is a small issue. But nothing they were making looked that appetizing, so it's not like I'll be like, oh my god, I could really go for this now. I'll be like, oh my god. But watch that tonight. I want to watch a movie so badly, but my attention span has been shit lately, especially for things that I haven't seen before. Like, I'm getting through Malcolm in the Middle. And that's mostly because I've seen 1,000,008 clips from Facebook Reels, from TikTok, Instagram Reels, those kinds of things. So, like, I've seen a bunch of it before, realistically. Have I been watching anything else new? No. I might try to watch The Pit. And I know I'm a little late. Not even late to the game. Like, both my parents watched it, and I watched it in pieces. I just never sat down and watched all of it at once. Like, again, I was there when it was being watched. I paid attention for most of the portion. But I do like medical shows. And trashy Below Deck. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't turn that on until at least 10:30 at night. That doesn't be seen by anything. I also still have no idea what blush I want to use, because I don't know if I want to do like orange-ish. I have a plan, actually. Hopefully it works. But this is from Morphe. This is the Shapelifter Micro Contour Stick in the shade Enhanced. I'm just going to do a little contour. Who would have guessed? But no. Because, like, I don't like how straight orange blush looks on me. But if I can blend out here and have, like, a pink here, again, it kind of borders sunset territory again. But like a neutral pink, not like a raspberry pink. So, like, if I can have it, like, blown out and then meet, I might be onto something. But obviously we need to get this done first and foremost. I think I'm gonna put on the pinkish neutral blush first and then go from there, see what happens. Cause, yeah. Oh, I should have gone a matte black lipstick. No, this won't. It wouldn't. Like, it would work, but it wouldn't work. It's just, I need a matte black anyways, because all I have is the, like, Fresh Kiss Lip Cream, and it's just too dewy, and, like, it's not opaque enough either. I had to build it up, like, 3 times when I used it. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics Hybrid Blush in the shade Petal. I think I need to get a few more shades of this, I'm gonna be honest here. I love it. So I'm gonna kind of focus it right here. I know that's not entirely blended out. I just want to get the remainder off of my brush before I continue blending it. I'm still going to bring it up. Because obviously I want a base for if I do the other, like the yellowy orange. But I'm going to focus that right about there. I need more on this side. Again, it's just, I specifically love this shade. Like, it's just so nice and perfect. And I put on way too much on this side. But it's fine. Everything's freaking fine. Get a little on the nose. Like, this looks so nice by itself, but, like, I have a minute plan. And then this is from Glisten Cosmetics. I know, I'm abusing them a lot this month, too. This is the Blooming Blush in the shade Orange You Glad. I'm actually going to put some of this onto the back of my hand, work it into the brush, and then put it on my face. See, it's like, it's so orange. But, like I said, it's also very, it's like so thick. It's a little, but try to keep it up here, because, again, that's where the eyeshadow is. So if I can look like it's blended up and out. Again, something about this blush texture is just so weird. I don't even know. But have it like up at the temples. Yeah. Yeah. Like up high on the cheekbone. Yeah. No. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the Kylie one on a smaller brush. That way I can just kind of focus on blending the two together right up here. Yeah. Yeah. I thought this was gonna start to look a little sunsetty for a moment, and like it does a little, but like if you think about it being Halloween, it makes sense too. I thought about a purple highlighter for like half a second, but I'm like, I just don't know if this is gonna, if it's gonna turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm gonna go back with that Candela shade I used on my eyes, and I'm gonna use that as my highlighter, because then I'll hopefully start to use that as my highlighter, hopefully take away a little from the accidental sunset I've got going on here. Again, just something a little different, you know? Just a little. Do a little retouch on the inner corner too. Ah! And if somebody says this looks ridiculous, I know. It's Halloween, like, girl, let me live. Last but not least, lips. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Hazelnut. Keep something a little more warm toned to kind of tie in with that orange. I feel like the highlighter looks a little ridiculous, but, or the eyeshadow as highlighter looks a little ridiculous, but still. It's Halloween. Let me be whimsical. And just, I'm gonna smudge out a little, just with my finger. I'm being lazy today. I know, and I've got all this going on. But I'm gonna use the very last of my Lunar Beauty lip gloss in the shade Dreamy. This is like one of my favorite lip gloss shades. It's just like a beautiful peachy with like some bluish reflex. Yeah. Okay, like it's not a very opaque gloss, but it's just, she's stunning. And did I say that I have a singular burn bubble on the tip of my tongue? It has been awful all day. I think I burnt myself last night with my steak and cheese, because the only other thing I ate was a piece of pizza, and that was ice cold by the time I got home, so it definitely wasn't that. But I need to go fix my bangs, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. Honestly, this came out so much better than I thought it was going to. Like, again, it's not like in your face Halloween, but like the vibes are there, the color story is there. And honestly, I'm not hating this highlighter as much as I thought I would. Like in person it looks ridiculous. Like it is so green. But, you know, Iridescent, Multichromes, they do their little magic thingy. And yeah, it's wild to think that I only have one more look to do. Like, I'm so glad that I only have one more look to do. But I haven't done a non-Halloween look since September. Because like I said, I start this a little early. So, the last time I did like normal makeup probably would have been a month ago. About today. But yeah.